Welcome back, everybody. Today we're looking at finding the area of a rectangle. The formula for finding area of a rectangle is A equals B times H. And if you don't remember what all of those different parts are, A stands for area, B stands for base, and H stands for height. So as we look at our rectangle that we have on the screen right here, the base is represented by the area across the bottom of our rectangle. And the height would be represented by the height of the rectangle from the base going straight up. So if we wanted to find the area of this rectangle, all we would have to do is multiply the base times the height. So why don't we do that? Let me put in some values here. Let's say that our base in this case is going to be 6 centimeters. And our height is going to be 4 centimeters. So if I were trying to solve this equation, if I were trying to find the area of this rectangle, all I would have to do is use these two values in the equation. So I'm going to have A equals, instead of B, I'm going to use 6 as my base, and instead of height, I'm going to use 4. So I have 6 times 4, which of course is equal to 24. Now, one of the things that you need to remember when we're dealing with area is we have to label what the 24 is. And in this case, if we're looking at our problem here, we are looking at centimeters. The other part that you have to remember is that because this is an area, it's not just centimeters, it's not just a distance. We have to include that it is centimeters squared, which essentially just means that there are two dimensions being measured, both length and width. So that's how you find the area of a rectangle. So I'm going to give you guys another problem, and I want you to try to solve it on your own. So here we have two different rectangles, and for our first rectangle, I think I'm going to have you guys use, let's say that this one has 12 centimeters as one of the bases, and the height on this rectangle we're going to call, what does that look like, about 30 centimeters. So you can go ahead and solve that one. And while you're solving that, your other rectangle that I'm going to have you work with, let's say that this base on this one was 5 feet. And on the height for this, we're going to call this, let's say, 2.5 feet. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, and once you've solved it, you can resume the video, and then we'll see how you did. So if I wanted to solve this first triangle, once again, the area is the base times the height. So all I would have to do is I would take area equals 12 times 30. So if we were to do that math, let's see what we get. 12 times 30. You have 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. So we get 360. And once again, we have to remember that that is square centimeters. On our other problem here, we had 5 and 2.5. So our formula, we're going to substitute in 5 times 2.5, and we're going to multiply that out. So we have 2.5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. We have one decimal place in our problem, which means we have to have one decimal place as our answer. So the area of our second rectangle would be 12.5 square feet, or feet squared. And that's about it. You now know how to find the area of a rectangle.